What's up guys, this is Sean and welcome to another episode of the iherng podcast, and today we will answer a question from email. This is from KC, right? Dear Sean Tan, it has been amazing watching your video. I believe me and many other gained a lot of knowledge from your videos. Keep it up. I am a business owner and live in Damansara. However, I own a small light industry shop lot of 1,200 square feet. I am not sure what are the things to take into consideration when buying a factory lot. Due to the nature of my business, we are building electrical panels, hence we require a bigger space and warehouse space. In terms of location, I have been considering Lemari, Damansara, Shah Alam, Sungai Buloh, Kota Damansara. However, most are about 5 million or above, which is out of my 3 million budget. Generally, do you believe in buying a semi-D factory or a terrace factory lot with no land? I see a huge increase in capital of factory lots with land as compared to no land. Hence, I believe the trend will still continue. I am also surveying Lelong units. However, there isn't much selection in the market. I don't mind second-hand. However, I really need some advice before purchasing. Okay, so basically, this is a person trying to expand his business. So congratulations, Casey. So we will talk about factory lots, which I don't really cover a lot in the channel due to several reasons. Because when you first buy, I always believe property investment is like a monopoly game. So what does monopoly game do for those who have not played before? First you buy a house, then you buy your second, then you buy your third, then you buy your fourth. Only you can convert 4 house into a hotel. So in this sense is when you get familiar with property investment, you buy residentials first, then only you move to commercials and industrial. And I've shared this before regarding the property investors that I really know that made a lot of money, right? It's never on residential properties. It's always on commercial lots. Why? Because those are needs-based. Residential units are on needs-based. Commercial lots are on want-based. What do I mean? It's very difficult to make your condo unit, right, the ultimate most must-have unit in that location one, unless it's a very far away piece of property, a very secluded area when you are the only house there, then different story lah. If not, right, there's always going to be other competitors. It's very difficult to be that unicorn of price. But in a commercial unit, if you think about any commercial areas, right, that's for example SS15 in Subang, right, corner lots are very limited, and that's the difference between corner lots and intermediate. If I were to buy any intermediate lots, right, it will be the immediate unit next to the corner lot. And if you see the behaviors, right, corner lots are always banks, number one, Mamas, McDonald's, Starbucks are always securing all these corner lots. And in a commercial area like SS15, there's only like numbers of them with good frontage. So this is the main characteristic, right, for landed properties, where it's finite. It means that particular unit with that view or frontage or turning point or locations, right, there's only one and the only one there. No other one already. And because of that nature, they are able to fetch very high rental. And it need not to follow market. Because it's based on a want base. Let's say as a mama, you cannot pay up to 6,000. Starbucks are willing to pay 7,000 rental. If Starbucks suddenly like, okay, you know what, McDonald's is willing to pay 9,000, and the rate goes up and up because the difference in location to them has a great impact. Facing the front, I can generate 1 million sales a month, but if I'm facing backwards, I'm only generating 300,000 a month because of the frontage issue. And that's the explanation why also some shop lots, right, no matter how you rent, also nobody want, because there's no frontage, nobody know you exist, and it's very difficult. But now you still have social media to somewhat boost your business, advertisement a little bit. But if not, right, last time, right, the back row of every shop lot is always subpar in terms of rental. And a great point that you mentioned, right, Casey, is about in the auction market, you don't see a lot of industrial lots one. So there's two differences. Commercial and industrial is two different zonings. So in terms of the land tax, when you pay the government, it's also calculated differently because of the different usage. So there's residential, commercial, and industrial. So that's in terms of zoning. And if you look into the market, like you say just now, 5 million is roughly the average, right? That's because those are in the zone, the properly industrial zone areas. It means you have all the license to do. But what a lot of people do, like in suburbs, right, is their land is not zoned as industrial, but they juri do. That's a whole different story lah. And in the auction market, there's not enough stocks, right, especially for industrial right now. So I am hearing some tips around, right? A lot of people are loading up on factories if you can really afford it, like for those business people, right? Because the behavior of residential versus business tenants, right, is very, very different. Like a residential tenant, now at most people sign 2 years. The norm seems to be a year. But if you were to talk about a business lease, it's a whole different story. How I started in the real estate market is when my aunt fetched me around the industrial areas in Sungai Buloh, right? For years, we have been just collecting rental month by month, and I was accompanying her lah. I was a runner, and every year, the tenants themselves will increase the rental for her because it's very, very troublesome to secure a new location. Whatever that KC is going through, like to get a new location, to change all your communications, to change all your logistics, right? Everything need to move, right? It's a very, very big decision to make, especially for a business. Also for Chinese beliefs, like if that location you can do well, most likely they will not move. Because they will believe the feng shui is good, the direction is good, and etc. So that is one factor. What a lot of property investors, they rather do, if they can afford, they would rather manage industrial properties. So for industrial properties, it depends on which sector are you. So a main consideration, right, it's where your employees come from. There are a few industrial lots around, I think by Sime Darby, around Nilai area and around Almina area, right? There's a lot of new industrial lots because it's the cheapest to sell and to raise fund for developers lah. I got 10,000 acres of land. I take 2 acres. Nah. You take 2 acres. So I sell out 100 acres first to get capital to start my business. Very, very common. But in those areas, the problem is there's no workers and there's no place to live and there's no reason why people want to come over. That's why there's several locations that you just suggested, right? Like Kota Damansara, Shah Alam. Those are the luxury, most strategic locations for industrial lots because of the surrounding developments. It's easy to move around. It's very convenient to survive and live. Hence, you won't get any problem in like logistics, manpower, and etc. Materials are all very easy one. And also because it's a business, right? I'm not sure whether is it owned by yourself or you have a shareholder lah. But I see this practice a lot. It's when the owner, right? The owner will buy up the building, and the company will rent from the owner. If you get what I mean. It means you buy the building using your name, then your company actually rents the place from you. That's one way how they do their accounting lah. Since you are going to rent the place anyway, might as well you just rent under your own entity, right? So that's one tip. The other tip is really up to you really. Like 3 million for an industrial, really not easy though. And you gotta really think about like where your manpower is, where is your materials coming from. Are you going to the port all the time? Because my parents, my father himself, he also is looking for factories around Port Klang, around Meru area, right? That's where his company is, and he's actually looking around and he tells me, hey, not easy, you know. Actually, I know. And that seems to be the trend. Industrial lots, to me, if I were to have a lot of money right now, I don't have the concern or restriction of money, right? I will definitely get an industrial lot. And I think that's all for this round, Casey. Thank you very much for the email. It's a very direct one. And for those who still have any questions regarding real estate, do just email me at TANIHERNG, or you can just follow me on Instagram, IHERNG, DM me there, and I will see you on the next one. Ciao.